As a matter of fact, this is a very important point. I am not even certain that the PDP has interfered or that the PDP preferred a particular candidate, because no organ of the party, no organ of the PDP took a decision. We are not saying of the organ of the party saying that the elections of governance forum should be conducted in a particular manner, or that any particular candidate should run and not run. What we therefore find is that we're in a dangerous situation. We're in a dangerous situation where it is possible that certain individuals are manipulating the party and using the name of the party, and the party leadership to force their personal positions. There is no resolution from any organ of the PDP which is responsible for taking decisions of this, saying that any person in particular should run for chairmanship of the Governors Forum or should not run.
But again, good enough you're a member of the PDP. We're trying to find out what the constitution of the PDP say in this regard, especially with the formation of the PDP Governors Forum. For a whole lot of Nigerians, they're disturbed about these NGF and, of course, the PDP Governors Forum, saying, well, it has no business with running the affairs of state. But what does your constitution say concerning the PDP Governors Forum out of the NGF?
The formation of the PDP government.
Yes.
Yes, the formation of the PDP Governors Forum is clearly in breach of Article 21.1J of the PDP Constitution. That article there is one of the articles under offenses and punishments. It prohibits the formation of anybody under the guise of the party. So if you like, you can call it Governors Forum, you can call it Progressive Governors, but if you call it PDP Governors Forum, and there is no provision for PDP Governors Forum in the constitution of the party as an organ of the party, then you're in breach of the constitution, you should attract sanctions.
One of the allegations against the governor of Rivers State is that he's tried to use the platform of the Nigeria Governors Forum to further his political ambitions. Do you think that the PDP would have been concerned on that particular kind of allegation? Do you think that it would also have sought to interfere, assuming it was brought before it in the open? Mr. Dozo, can you hear me?
Hello? Hello, sorry, you're cracking here.
Did you get my question?
If you just repeat that.
Yes, I said one of the allegations against the governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amaechi, is that he sought to use the platform of the Nigeria Governors Forum to leverage, or as a leverage to further his ambitions in 2015, political ambitions, that is. Do you think that the PDP would have been interested, assuming it was not something in line with its constitution?
Do I think that, so let's just read back line now.
Did you get me?
No, I didn't get the last bit because you have a bad line.
I asked if the PDP would have been interested, in interfering in the Nigeria Governors Forum if it found out that one of its members or some of its members are trying to use it to gain political advantage, maybe on a national scale.
Okay. So are people then suggesting that? Are people then suggesting that if the governor of Rivers State is a member of the Rotary Club and the Rotary Club has certain manner of registration as the Nigerian Governors Forum, and the governor of Rivers State thinks that the Rotary Club actually had a political ambition in the sixth presidency of the Rotary Club, should the PDP intervene or interfere?
Well, I'm posing the question to you.
No, I'm saying that they shouldn't interfere. I'm just giving you that illustration, that analogy, to say that they should not interfere. It is a private body. And being a member of a party does not deprive you of your private liberties.
All right, Mr. Doso, let me ask Mr. Ononuju this. I mean, we got people commenting here saying they don't see any reason why we should be dissipating, parties or even the government at that, because there's so many people who have linked the presidency with this. And they just find it unthinkable that, look, if you say that political parties are formed to get power and the rest of those, what happens to servers? That this is the problem. This is the challenge we've got in this.
I agree with you, but first let me reply to his very first talk. Governor Amaechi emerged as the chairman of the Governors Forum, despite a letter written by all the Southeast governors. Because when the Governors Forum was formed and they went to the United States, they found out that the mode was, every time you have a chairman, you have a vice chairman. When the chairman goes away, the vice chairman automatically takes over as the chairman. It was the turn of Peter Obi, governor of Anambra, to become chairman of the Governors Forum. And the PDP members, some of them said, no, we don't want, we must head it. Whoever is the chairman must be a PDP member. That was the paper that was used and the trick that was used to from nowhere bring Governor Amaechi up. He was not the vice chairman. The vice chairman was Governor Peter Obi, and that was who was naturally supposed to assume office as chairman after Governor Bukola left. So if the PDP had been in, now he's saying, no, the PDP shouldn't be. Yet it was through such PDP's instrumentations and insistence that Governor Amaechi emerged. Yeah, now what I'm saying is, if, because this is national something, this is everywhere. The PDP said, no, you can't be, Peter Obi, you can't be unless you're wearing our tag. And that was how from nowhere, after the South, Governor Amaechi came. So if that vehicle of the PDP was used to deliver Governor Amaechi as the chairman of the Governors Forum, why would you think that vehicle should be discarded? Okay. And the owners of the vehicle will keep quiet.
Assuming
no, they will not.
Assuming without considering that that were the case, but that notwithstanding, does it invalidate the elections that held?
Well, the people who had gone there say that they have never had elections before, that those things...
Yeah, they have never had, but they had.
I do not know. I wasn't there.
You saw it.
There. I did not. You showed me a tape last week, and I told you that that tape, I had seen precedents of the such tapes. I saw it during Abacha's era. The difference was the tape you showed me was not as well edited as Abacha's tape. And I said, I do not have to make comments on it. Why? The traditional rulers who saw the Abacha's tape felt emotional. So I wouldn't become emotionally entombed through some political video instrumentation. No. So I sought to hold myself until I heard from the other governors. I listened to Governor Mimiko. I heard from Governor Leo Limoke. I heard from other members of the Governors Forum, and their words to me...
The governors who you have mentioned...
Yes.
Are the people whose views you subscribe to?
No. They're the people whose views are used in balancing what it is. Listen, if Governor Amaechi arrived in Ilorin as chairman of the Governors Forum, through the vehicle called the PDP. You cannot take that vehicle to church and then ask the church members to burn the vehicle.
That's an interesting balance, because I didn't hear you mention any of the governors who happened to pitch his tent with Governor Amaechi in this balance.
Well, because most of the governors who pitched stands with Amaechi, all I saw yesterday was Governor Fayemi. None of the PDP governors had come out in the open to say, we voted him or we support him. If they do that, of course, you know what the party is. Why? Governor Babangida Aliyu, on behalf of the Northern Governors Forum, brought out Governor Jang and said, since the Conference of Governors agreed that the rotating balance now goes to the North, Governor Jang is the man from the Governors Forum from the North. That's the same point that Governor Yuguda is making. That if we agree as Northern Governors Forum, you as our leader, and you bring this man, and then suddenly we don't see you behaving in line with what you told us. Where is the honor amongst equals? Where is the honor amongst governors? Now, we try to put this. All I'm trying to tell you is the political parties are not a religious organization. It's not a beauty contest.
Is the election invalidated?
Which election?
Nigerian Governors Forum election.
I do not know if there was an election. I can't tell you if there was an election. I wasn't there.
So the people who you mentioned didn't tell you? You didn't ask them if there was an election?
It was a press conference. I watched it as you did on television, and I draw my opinions from what they have said. And I believe from what they have said, it has always been decided through a conference of consensus.
And you didn't think they were emotional?
Of course, everybody could be emotional if your mate starts taping you. It shows he has no regard for his mate.
Wait. You said if your mate starts taping you, so you know that was taped by their mate.
No.
Yet you say it's a political tape.
When Abacha produced